Traeger. I'm with OBGYN. I hear you have a patient down here for us to see.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for your time.
Sure.
I'm Kelly Quinley. I'm the emergency physician working tonight.
Great.
I have a patient. She's 28 years old. She is pregnant and bleeding. And what I'm worried about her is whether or not she could have a failing pregnancy or a miscarriage in process. And she's about 9 weeks pregnant. Hasn't yet seen an OB.
Okay.
And started having some bleeding at home, a little bit of abdominal cramping, and her bleeding was just a little too brisk for me to feel comfortable sending her out. So that's why I called you. Her blood type is Rh positive.
Okay.
Her hemoglobin's fine. Her serum HCG quant is around 30,000.
Okay.
And then we sent her for formal ultrasound. There's no free fluid or no adnexal masses that they saw, but there's a single intrauterine fetal pole measuring about 8 millimeters that didn't have any cardiac activity.
Okay.
She's on a pelvic gurney. I found, I think, the only one in the ED right now, but she's on it. Her os is a little bit open, but when I used the speculum, I didn't see any products of conception or anything kind of propping the cervix open. And she is having some moderate bleeding. Yeah.
Okay, great. Yeah. Did you or your nurse have a chance to talk to her about the result yet?
Yes, I need to talk to her about, hey, in this situation, based on how far along your pregnancy is, there's a couple different options that the OB-GYN team may offer you.
Well, thank you for starting that conversation. It really helps patients, I think, to have a little bit of time to digest that information before making their decision. Do you have a sense at this point if she's leaning in a particular direction?
Yeah, she's leaving town in 2 days, and so I think she and her partner were starting to talk about if an aspiration was offered. That they would be amenable to that, but I didn't promise anything.
Okay. Yeah. And what's the situation right now in the ED?
So I let the charge nurse know that you're coming down, and if you think that she's amenable to an aspiration, I can talk to the charge nurse and make sure that there's a nurse available for you. What kind of supplies can I get for you?
Need an aspirator, cannulas, a speculum, a tenaculum. You know, I'd be able to be back down in about 30 or 45 minutes to do the aspiration if that's what the patient wants.
Okay, great. Thank you so much for your time.
Yeah,
I really
thank
appreciate
you.
it. Very nice to
meet you.
Yeah,
really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thanks.
All right.